you first notice the ground beginning to shake. Then the rhythmic cadence of 24 hooves carrying over 6 tons of magnificent black horses. Out of the heat of a Texas mirage comes an unforgettable sight, one which will be branded into people's memories for a long time to come. Welcome to Priefert Ranch, the home of Texas Thunder. The Percheron breed derives its name from the old province of Le Perche, located some 50 miles southwest of Paris, France. When the day of the war horse came to a close, this breed of both substance and style was made to order to provide France with horses to pull heavy stagecoaches. What was needed then was a horse that could trot from 7 to 10 miles per hour, and the endurance to do it day in and day out. Across the sea, a young United States was experiencing changes from an agrarian society to an industrial economy. The United States was without any breeds of its own, and so the late 1800s were years of massive importation of horses from Europe. The Percheron quickly became America's favorite horse, as nearly 7,500 horses were imported to this country from France. Long before the invention of the motorized truck and farm tractor, the Percheron draft horse provided the power to both build and feed our nation, and played a pivotal role in the development of our country's economy, its farms, and ranches. Now, this noble horse provides the power, substance, beauty, and style as America's work and recreation horse for the 21st century. Just as the Percheron has become known as a substantive and enduring breed, it was only fitting that Priefert Manufacturing, one of the premier ranch equipment manufacturers in the world, would adopt the Percheron as a quality and enduring symbol of the company. The story of how Priefert Manufacturing acquired their stunning 6-horse Percheron Hitch as a powerful marketing tool for the company is no less interesting.
Hello, I'm Bill Priefert, President of Priefert Manufacturing, Mount Pleasant, Texas. Welcome to Priefert Ranch. We got into the Percheron hitch business because of a dealer in Monument, Colorado that became a good friend of ours named Tom Watt. He owned the Brookhart lumber yards, about 8 stores throughout Colorado, and he owned a Percheron hitch with the freight wagon carrying lumber, a semi-trailer to haul them around Colorado. He called us to use the Percheron, his Percheron hitch, as for advertising value for our company. And we bought the whole rig. I think we bought 6 horses from Tom. Goliath was a member of that team, and all of the equipment.
So at first it was a little slow starting. Most of our dealers didn't know exactly how good the promotion would be. So in the beginning, we started doing the dealer appearances for free. We'd pull up. It was a huge expense. We'd have 4 or 5 people on the Hitch team, and they would pull up and set up this monstrosity, the awnings and the stalls and the whole deal. And we would basically do it for, I think, a couple of $100 right off the bat, and just to get it out there. And we were really pushing it hard and promoting it. And it really didn't take a long time from the first time that we did our first appearance till it caught on. And by word of mouth, the dealer network, people were our customers, our dealers. We have about 1,200 scattered all over the country. Started kind of talking to each other and comparing stories, and pretty soon we were drawing from 500 people to 1,000 people, and from 1,000 to 2,000. And we've actually had appearances where we've had the Hitch at a location over a 2 or 3 day period where we've drawn 8,000 or 9,000 people to the store. In fact, we've had several times where we've had the police come to our dealers and actually ask them to shut down the appearance because they've backed traffic so far down the road. And so that's a good problem for us to have. We've actually taken them to some really small dealers, middle of the week, out in the middle of the country, and we've had traffic backed up for a mile down the road for people trying to get in and see these horses.
Like all of their ranch products, Priefert wanted the Hitch and every aspect of its operation to be of the highest quality. They searched for and brought on board some of the top driving and hitch management talent in the country, individuals with a long and well-known heritage in driving multiple draft horse hitches.
Tom Watts introduced us to Jason and Rose Goodman, who are part of the Dick Sparrow draft horse family. They became immediate employees. We bought the hitch from Tom, and Jason and Rose, with 2 helpers, went on the road nationwide for us, advertising Priefert along with our Priefert dealers, making appearances at the Priefert dealers for grand openings, making appearances at nationally known and county rodeos, any events that we could get booked for. Now we're booked for a year in advance. It's hard to get our horses where we want them to be. They've gotten so popular. A team of horses like this, with the freight wagon, with a squeeze chute in the back, well advertised in advance, will draw 5,000 people to a feed store that normally sells just a few $1,000s of product a day.
Getting the 6-horse hitch ready for a presentation is a marvel of production and efficiency. Each horse is given a pressure wash bath, which they really enjoy, as they know it means they get to go to work and put on a show for the public. The horses have been shown all over the country and at competitions, and have a slew of awards acknowledging their excellence as a driving performance team. A quality feed manufacturer even uses Texas Thunder's image in marketing the select feed formula used by the Hitch. Each horse is meticulously groomed by a team of dedicated individuals who take a great deal of pride in preparing the Priefert ambassadors for their next public presentation. Their manes and forelocks are hand braided and woven in red and white colors. Their tails are braided and tied into a traditional draft horse bun. The horses are loaded onto a custom-built van, specially designed for the comfort and smooth transport of the horses. Once on location, the horses are unloaded and brought to the van, which carries the wagon and all the harness equipment. Each horse is tacked up with its own custom-fit leather show harness. The wheelers, the strongest of the 6-horse team, are harnessed and hitched to the wagon first. After the wheelers are hitched to the wagon, the swing team is harnessed up and then hitched to the wagon. The last to be harnessed are the leaders, the horses at the front of this magnificent hitch, which lead the procession. As the horses are harnessed and hitched to the wagon, the members of the hitch team inspect the fit of each harness, thread the reins from each horse back to the driver, and provide a thorough safety inspection of the entire presentation. With the driver and assistant on board, the 6-ton of black Percherons and nearly 4-ton wagon come alive, shaking the ground as they move out, and giving bystanders a clear understanding of why they're called Texas Thunder. And then,
let's get ready to rumble! Get out,
They are more than happy to please. Whenever we get ready to do a rodeo, they are so smart. They know it's their turn to wait outside the gate. When it's their cue, it's like flipping a switch. They know when it's show time and it's time to go. But you can turn around and bring them out of the arena, tell them whoa, the public can come up and pet them. It's like flipping a switch again, and they just stand there and love everybody. And then you take the horses, the harness, and the wagon, and you put everything together. You're talking 6 horses, all averaging 18.2 to 19 hands tall, all weighing over 2,000 pounds. Some of these guys 2,200, hooked to a 3,500 pound wagon. And then we usually go into some pretty upbeat, older rock and roll music that the crowd really likes. And when you get that much horsepower on a large wagon, fired up, going to some good music, you come in, the crowd loves them at first. And we usually go in, we'll make 1 lap, we'll do a large figure 8, we'll do a small, like a flying figure 8 with the lead team running right around behind the wagon. We'll pull up alongside of a wall and we'll show a docking maneuver, which used to take place in all the major cities when they'd have to dock and park and load these large hitch wagons downtown Chicago or New York. You have to pull a 6-horse hitch into an alleyway, swing them sideways, swing the wagon into a dock so they could load your wagon, and then if somebody else had to come and dock next to you, you'd have to swing your 6-horse hitch out of the way so they could park next to you while your wagon's being loaded. So we performed that maneuver to kind of show the history behind what these hitches used to have to do. And then we'll come out at the end of the arena, change the music, kind of wake the people up a little bit, and we'll do what's called a spin the top. It's where you turn in a real sharp circle where your left inside rear wheel just pivots on one spot. Turn a complete circle without, try not to make that wheel move at all. Very sharp. A lot of people say it looks like the wagon's going to flip over. The wagon that we have is probably one of the stablest ones because it is a flatbed stake wagon. It's unique. It's pretty tall, good to drive on, and it handles real well.
The Priefert Ranch is also home to world record holders Goliath and Radar, the tallest living horses in the world. Goliath, their 1901 hand Percheron and 2005 Guinness World Record holder, is managed by Charles Woods and also travels the country as an ambassador for the Priefert Company. In a specially designed trailer, Goliath travels the country visiting Priefert dealerships and thrilling thousands of people with his docile nature and people-friendly temperament. Goliath is one of those special horses that has the ability to recognize and sense people with special needs.
A lot of people in wheelchairs come up to see him, and it doesn't matter whether they're old or young. He can sense their inability to move, and he'll come up to them and just drop his head in their lap. And I guess that's probably one of the neatest things to me, is a horse that can sense that. It just melts their heart when he does that. And that's probably one of the highlights of working with a horse that large.
When Goliath is resting, Radar, a Belgian draft horse, and the 2006 Guinness World Record holder, measuring in at over 19.3 hands tall, travels the country with Charles and his wife Gilda. The Priefert Texas Thunder Hitch has not only come to be a tremendous thrill with the public at their numerous appearances in North America, but it has become a source of tremendous pride with Priefert's 1,200 dealers and the nearly 500 employees who build and manufacture Priefert ranch equipment products.
The team's been a wonderful morale booster for our employees and our family. Builds local knowledge of what our company does, makes our employees more proud to work at Priefert Manufacturing. So owning the Hitch and making the different events local and nationwide has just been a tremendous value to Priefert Manufacturing as a company and to the Priefert family.
The Priefert Texas Thunder Hitch and the team who travel with them pride themselves on being approachable with the general public. The next time you see Texas Thunder, feel free to introduce yourselves, come up to see the horses, and feel free to ask questions you may have. The horses and the Priefert team that travel with them enjoy sharing this incredible experience with the public and enjoy making new friends all across North America.